What happens when a $75 fine from an HOA spirals out of control? For one family, it turned into a nightmare of angry neighbors, screaming Karens, and a courtroom battle that nearly destroyed their lives. This is a shocking, true story of how an HOA can ruin everything, and why no one in the neighborhood will ever forget it. The Ramirez family thought they had finally made it. After years of saving, they moved into a beautiful suburban home in a neighborhood that promised safety, clean streets, and, according to the brochure, a strong sense of community. But hidden behind the manicured lawns and smiling neighbors was an HOA board determined to control everything. At first, life seemed peaceful. Kids rode their bikes in the cul-de-sac. Families waved at each other. And the Ramirezes thought they found their forever home. That illusion didn't last long. One hot summer morning, the family found a bright yellow paper taped to their door. The HOA had fined them $75 for leaving their trash cans at the curb overnight. They laughed it off at first. "It's just $75, Mrs. Ramirez told her husband. "We'll pay it and move on." But Mr. Ramirez disagreed. "This is ridiculous. We didn't break anything. The trash truck came late. Why should we pay for that?" He refused to pay. That decision would trigger a war. Every HOA has one, the enforcer. In this case, her name was Linda, a middle-aged woman with short blonde hair, oversized sunglasses, and a voice loud enough to wake the entire street. Linda was notorious for patrolling the neighborhood with a clipboard, snapping pictures of violations on her phone. When the Ramirezes refused to pay the fine, Linda took it personally. She showed up at their doorstep, finger wagging, shouting loud enough for the neighbors to hear. "Rules are rules. If you don't like it, move out. People like you ruin this neighborhood." The confrontation was caught on a neighbor's doorbell camera. Within hours, the video went viral online, racking up thousands of views under the title, "HOA Karen Meltdown Over Trash Cans." What could have ended with a $75 payment spiraled into months of harassment. The HOA sent more fines. $150 for grass being 1 inch too tall. $200 for improper paint shade on their mailbox. $300 for leaving holiday lights up too long. The Ramirezes ignored them all, but the HOA wasn't backing down. They began adding late fees and penalties, claiming the family now owed over $5,000. Letters turned into threats. Threats turned into lawsuits. And Linda, the self-appointed enforcer, continued her public tantrums, screaming at the Ramirezes whenever she saw them outside. The neighborhood, once friendly, became a war zone. Some neighbors sided with the family. Others whispered that the HOA was right. One evening, things went too far. Mr. Ramirez came home to find a giant red foreclosure notice posted on his front door. The HOA had filed a lien against their home. It wasn't just about trash cans anymore. It was about control, money, and power. The family broke down in tears. Their dream home, the one they had worked their whole lives for, was slipping away. The battle moved into a courtroom, where the HOA's lawyers faced off against the Ramirezes. The HOA argued they had every right to enforce rules, collect fees, and even seize property if payments weren't made. The Ramirezes argued back. This is extortion. No family should lose their home over trash cans. Linda, the neighborhood Karen, sat smugly in the courtroom, convinced she had won. But something unexpected happened. The viral video of Linda screaming at the family was presented as evidence. The judge watched in silence as the footage played. When it ended, he looked over his glasses and said, "This is not how a homeowners association should conduct itself." In a shocking turn, the court sided, partially, with the Ramirezes. The judge ruled that the HOA had overstepped its authority and dismissed the foreclosure attempt. But the family was still ordered to pay a reduced amount in fines and fees. They kept their home, but at a cost. By the end of the ordeal, the Ramirezes had spent over $20,000 in legal fees. They were exhausted, emotionally drained, and forever scarred by the experience. The video of Linda's meltdown continued to spread online. She became infamous, nicknamed Trashcan Karen by millions. Strangers mocked her in comments, and her face became a meme. The HOA board was humiliated. Members resigned. Rules were changed, but the damage was done. The Ramirezes still live in the neighborhood today, but their trust in HOAs is gone forever. A simple $75 fine nearly destroyed a family's life. This story is a reminder that HOAs, meant to protect communities, often end up tearing them apart. And as long as people like Linda are patrolling the streets, no neighborhood is truly safe from an HOA nightmare.